Hi, this is Melia from Loom with M, and today I am going to teach you how to make this cute little trick-or-treating basket. It's quite spacious inside actually, and it actually is reversible, but I have like my loose ends cut in here, so I like mine to go this way. And I think it also looks like an Easter basket if you make it a different color scheme. But to get in the spirit of Halloween, I made a black and orange one. And now let's go to band requirements. You're gonna need 67 A color bands, and that's gonna be for the main body, and I'm using orange. 14 B color bands for the stripe across here. And you can make more stripes, but I just like one at the top. And if you notice, there's also a stripe here. It's just I decided to make it in orange. 14 C colored bands in this orange color. That way you can't tell as much. It just kind of makes a nice base. And then you're going to need about 12 for the handle. You can make your handle shorter or taller, however you want to do it. So I'm going to make my handle alternating black and orange. Okay, let's get started. This is a hook-only design, and I'm going to move these out of the way so that you can see better. And we're going to start with cap band wrapped around with 2 rings, and then we're going to chain 5. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 through everything. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see me. Okay. And so then we have a cap band here. Mine looks kind of funny. Cap band and 5 chains. Now we're going to go back through the center, and we're going to chain up 4 and then put 1 through everything on your hook. And if you've made my ornament charm, this is kind of similar, except on a larger scale, and it's got some differences. So that's 3, 4. So we're just chaining this front part, and we still have this part on our hook. And now we're going to put a 5th band through everything on our hook. And that gets only 2 loops left. And we're going to put our hook back through that cap band. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to put the 5th band through everything on our hook. And we need to do this so that we have 13 rings, well, rows. So I'm going to show you how to count it. So the first 4 that we chained, they don't count as stitches, but this first 5th one right here counts. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then the 3rd one's on my hook. So I've done 3 rows, and I need to do 10 more so that I have 13. I'm going to show you a couple more times. Put it through the cap band, pull up a band, chain 3 more, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to put a 5th band through everything on our hook. Oh, I just dropped it. Hold on, let me just fix this quickly. Just going to stick my hook through here. Okay, sorry, I apologize for that. My new metal hook is kind of slippery, and my band's just slipped off. And so I just put the 5th band through everything, and now I'm going to show you one more time, just to be clear. Put your hook through the cap band, chain 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th band through everything. And I'm going to fast forward until I'm around my 12th loop. And just remember, you keep checking them by counting up 4, and then the 5th one starts here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm on my 5th row, and I'm going to stop around my 12th. Okay, so now I'm at the end of my 12th, and your cap band is pretty full, and I'm going to stick it in one more time through the cap band, pull up 4 bands. We'll pull up 1, and then chain 3 more, 2, 3, 4, and then a band through everything. And now we just need to tie it off so that it gets this circular shape. And we're gonna find that first row and the first one that connects, then the second 2 in the middle, and then a 4th, and then we're gonna connect to this 5th one up here. And we're gonna put that on our hook, and then we're gonna take our last band, well, of this part, and then we're gonna put it back on our hook. So we pull it through everything, put it on our hook, and then we're gonna tie a slip knot. Now, if you want to, I have a hard time hiding these, especially with this design. You can just cut them. Just make sure your slip knot is very tight. I always kind of get scared when I'm cutting things. And then we're gonna take our scissors and snip them off. And then you kind of don't have an end, and I can always hide this end on the inside. And I just want to kind of hope that this won't break. Okay, so now we've finished our main body of our trick-or-treating basket, but there's all these holes in it, and that's what these 2 rows they do. They kind of close up the holes. Like, there still are holes, but like, they won't come apart as much, and you'll actually be able to hold something in here versus just having these chains out. So you can put like only 1 on just this second row around, or the 3rd one, but I like to put 1 on the first row on the top just for decoration, and then 1 closer up to hold it in, and I'll show you how to do that. So this part is a little bit difficult, and we can start anywhere. I mean, I like to start kind of around where my knot is. And we're gonna take our hook, and we're gonna find the first band that connects to like the stitches around. And if this is confusing, just keep watching. And we're gonna stick it through the middle of it and all the way to the other side. And I can inside out it if you can see better. So we're just sticking it through that first loop. And then I'm gonna get some black bands. And then we're gonna pull up a black band all the way. And now don't put it back on your hook, but put it on your finger. Well, that's what I do just so I can get a better hold on it and I know I won't lose it. And now we need to stick it in the next loop. So it's gonna be this first stitch here, and not any other, just like the first one that's connecting, and we're gonna stick it all the way down through. With this still on my hook, I'm sticking my hook down like through the center of this stitch and then all the way to the other side. And then what was on your finger you can put back on your hook. And then we do that again. So we're gonna take a band and pull it through everything on your hook, like that, and then slip it on your finger. And then find the next first stitch, so it's gonna be right there, and poke it, make sure it's through 2 loops of the stitch, both loops, and poke it all the way through to the bottom. And there, we're gonna put this on our hook. And do that again. So we're gonna take a band and pull it through everything, and then slip this on your finger. And now we need to find the next one. So this one's already been gone on, and now it's this one. So we're gonna stick it through, making sure not to catch anything else. And we're gonna stick it through the center there and all the way to the other side. And then put this back on. I'm gonna show you a few more times. And if you still don't get it, you can re-watch the video. And we're gonna pull up a band through everything. Now this one didn't get caught, so I'm just gonna slip it over. There we go. And then I can slip this on my finger so I don't lose it. And I've already done this stitch. And then I'm gonna go to the next one here. And I'm gonna stick it through this first loop, so both loops, and then all the way to the other side, and put it back on. We're gonna pull up a band, find the first stitch, take it off your finger. Pull up a band, maybe, there we go. Find the next stitch, this one already has one, but this one doesn't. Find the first stitch, and put it back on. And we need to do this all the way around. I'm gonna fast forward until I'm pretty close, and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, so now I'm getting pretty close. I have to find my last stitch here. Just checking to make sure I'm in the right stitch. Put it back on, and I'm gonna pull up a band, slip it on my finger, and now I need to go through this first stitch that already has a band coming off of it. Put it back on. And now this last step is a little bit tricky. I'm gonna pull up a band through everything on my hook. Come on. It's having trouble going through, hold on. It has an orange band on, I'm just gonna slip it over. Okay, and now I'm gonna slip this on my finger just to make sure. And so for this part, we need to pull this back under so that our slip knot's not on top. And to do this, we need to put both of our fingers in here and then slip out your hook. If you have another hook, you could put it here, but I think fingers works fine. And now we need to put our hook on the other side now. So we're gonna put it through where our finger was here, and then slip out your finger. So now our finger's on this side, and then this side has our hook. And now, I don't know exactly where, but I'm gonna show you where I like to do it. We're gonna stick it up through the center of this first stitch, and then put this band on our hook, and we're gonna pull it through the center of the first stitch. And if you don't do this quite exactly how I do it, it still should work, but I think it looks best like this. And now we can tie a slip knot, and then tie it tight. And if you want to, you can take scissors and cut it off. Hold on. Just always be careful when you're cutting things so you don't cut part of your project. And so now we have this layer on the top, but we still have pretty large holes here. So I'm gonna do another layer. This layer is gonna be a lot harder to show for me because I'm gonna use orange, but try to follow along as best you can, and you can use black for this part. So not this second stitch here, the stitch after this one, but the one after that, right here, we're gonna start with. And I like to start around the same spot, but you don't have to. So I'm gonna stick my hook in all the way, and I'm gonna use some orange. And I'm gonna pull it up. It's the exact same thing except up here. Pull it up, slip this on my finger, and find the next one. So it's not this first one, but the next one up. Put my hook all the way through, put this band back on. And this is harder to know if you make a mistake because it is in the same color as your trick-or-treating basket. And then you pull up a band through everything. It's not the first stitch, but the second one. Put it all the way through. Put a band on. And pull up another one. Oh, mine doesn't want to go through. And I have an extra band on here that just came up also. So I'm just gonna pinch it, pull it over, slip my finger on this end, and let's see, where am I? And now I need to find my next stitch, which is not this first one, but the next one. And you just put the band on, and it's just like this, the one before, except it's in an orange color. This band got caught, so I'm just gonna slip it over, and I'm gonna fast forward from here. And now for this last part, we're gonna put it through the stitch that has a band coming off of it already, and put this orange band back on. And now for the difficult step. So we're gonna pull a band up through everything on your hook, and now we need to switch the hook from this side to the other side. So I'm gonna put my finger in it, so that both my fingers are on it, and I removed my hook, and now I'm going to poke in my hook on the other finger, like that. And then I'm going to stick my hook up through the stitch, up through the middle of this first stitch here, like that. I'm going to grab this on my hook, pull it through, and I should have these two back on my hook, and then I'm going to tie a slip knot, like that, and then I can cut this off. So make sure it's tied tight, and sometimes I like to tie another knot, and then we can cut it off, and give it a little tug. And so now we have this base going around with this slip knot there, and then the top rim, and now we just need to add the handle. And I'm gonna make my handle alternating, maybe not alternating. And you can just stick your hook in a random spot along the top edge. So I'm gonna go here, and we're gonna stick our hook through like the top two, like that. And then we're gonna just do a single chain in alternating colors. So we pull up a band, pull up another band, and we're gonna do this 12 times. And if you want yours a little longer or shorter than mine, just feel free to do it a different number. Here's 4, and 5, 6, 7, oh, wrong color, 8, 9, 10, 11. So mine's 11 long, and I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna check. So once it's at 11, and then we're gonna find a spot across. If you wanna be exact in count, go for it. But I'm just gonna guess about halfway. And then we're gonna take a single orange color, or any color you're using, pull it through everything, and tie it in a slip knot. And that's the length of our handle. And if you want your handle a different length, just add more or take away bands. But I personally like that length. And then if you want to hide your end, you can. This time I'm going to hide it, just for variety. Stick it through some random bands, or stick your hook through, then pull this slip knot band, and just hide it in these border bands up here. I'm going to poke it through one more time, pull this orange band into the basket. And then mine's slipping out, I'm just going to keep hiding it a little, and then give it a tug. And then my end is hidden. And there you have it. There is your finished trick-or-treating basket. I hope you enjoyed my basket. Thank you.